Little Tokyo. You can bring Sal Balomo, Don Morocco, even the missing link. Put them in your corner. Because your ankle-biting ways are over, brother. I'm going to have the warlord and my main man, straight from Copenhagen, Denmark, the berserker. Hush, hush, hush. At the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York on February 13th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at maskedmegastar.org. Little Tokyo, the Masked Megastar, in a cage, Poughkeepsie, New York. The big story next on Talking Sports and Every Other Thing podcast. Double G, John Manning, Vegas Wayno, and a possible appearance by the great Scotty Gomez. And one more thing. Little Tokyo, you're not in Asia anymore. I'm going to send you back to your old job at the chocolate factory.
We're talking sports and every other thing. We're talking sports and every other thing. We're talking sports, and every other thing.
Tears come to my eyes when I hear that song and I hear that voice. It's so beautiful. And yes, that voice is mine. Double G. In your face again. Talking sports and every other thing. Double G. To my right, John Manning, my brother, who wants all the accolades today. He says, don't forget, Double G, to mention me. You know, I'm part of this too.
Yeah.
I have complimented this set to everyone out there.
All right.
People are talking nice things about you, Manning.
All right.
Can you not take a compliment?
I listen. I'm a humble guy.
I'll tell you who's not humble.
Who's not humble?
Bring him in. Vegas Wayno.
Vegas Wayno, everybody.
Applause.
Vegas.
Get it going.
That's Vegas Wayno.
Good evening, everybody. Can I?
All the way via satellite. Las Vegas, Nevada, Vegas, Wayno, Avery. And I'm going to tell you this, John. People out there are fans, and I want to take this moment to thank all of our supporters. Please like and subscribe. That means something to us. We have a cult following going on right now, John. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard. I was seeing the analytics on it. It's starting to really take off. You know, it's nice.
Vegas Wayno, is it true that through the desert, from the east, the winds are coming on in and they're hearing about our podcast? Is that true?
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's amazing. I can't even tell you what they say about you.
Could you tell me what they say about me? Am I yet sharing the headlines with Wayne Newton and Donny Osmond yet?
Well, we have to. You said that we've got to get, and I'm going to send it to you. We've got to get a picture of Gino standing next to the sign of Osmond, because they're basically like twins. They're like twins.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Did you know that, John? That my entire life, people have compared me to Donny Osmond in terms of like being doppelgangers.
Really?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm not flattered. And I took this picture.
I can see that. You know what? I tell you what. Let's bring this one up again, right? Because I guess I can kind of see it. Donny Osmond for sure.
A little bit.
No doubt.
That's Double G.
I would say no doubt.
19 years old in a big city as an intern at Ion America. That's CBS Evening News with Dan Rather, who stole my New York Post. Still waiting for the 50 cents, Mr. Rather. What a hack he is.
Oh my
what
God.
a hack.
Oh my God.
Right
You gotta let
here
it go.
on the podcast.
Gino,
you
gotta let it go.
All right, no, we are going to let it go. And what I want to say, we've got an incredible show coming up. We have the Masked Megastar back. Oh you don't understand what happened to this guy, John, in Vegas Wayno.
I'm looking forward to finding out, honestly. I don't know.
Vegas Wayno, you have been a huge wrestling fan for a long time, and you know things can get a little hairy in wrestling. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little afraid for the Masked Megastar when he didn't show up last week. Do you think something happened? I heard he's back. Do you think something big happened? I mean, what's your opinion? You're a longtime wrestling fan. You know the scenarios. What do you think happened?
Well, I guess that's the whole reason why he has to keep hiding in different places and can't tell us where he's from, because the guy, obviously, there's people looking for him.
There's like a ton of people. That's it, Vegas Wayno. There are a ton of people looking for the Masked Megastar. The FBI, people in television, Vince McMahon. I mean, he's all over the place. And listen, we're going to get to him in moments because I know.
Gino, do you think maybe Little Tokyo wants a rematch?
Listen, please, let's not talk about Little Tokyo just yet. I
All
want
right.
to get my shout outs in. Okay, first
All right.
of all, my son Dominic, great kid, big fan of the podcast. You know,
Right.
you know Dommy Socks.
I know
very well.
Dommy Socks
You know, a bunch of his friends listen to this podcast in class.
in class. Oh,
Wayno,
that's good.
what
That's good.
am I being?
It's
a
not
good
for
dad?
kids, by the way.
Hey, listen, they're 14, 15-year-old
You know,
adolescents.
it's not for kids, or it's for kids that parents don't care about the parental controls on YouTube.
What are you
It's one of
trying
the
to
two.
say, that I'm a bad parent?
No, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say it.
Vegas Wayno, do you think I'm a bad
I didn't
parent
say that.
having my 14-year-old
I
son
didn't say
listen to this brilliant podcast? I do.
Well, if he's your kid, I mean, it can't hurt. It can't hurt.
Vegas Wayno, I got a new button here that John bought. I want to give him credit because he wants credit for everything here. Listen to this.
So wait,
That-
let's do it. Ready? I'm going to start talking. Yo, Gene, listen, I'm going to ask Vegas Wayno something. I'm going to ask him something.
That's my new shut the hell up button. And when I've had enough of you, Vegas Wayno, that means shut the hell up.
Wow.
I'm talking about my son, Dommy Socks, him and his brothers at Wall High School. Listen to our
I would think that John and I should have that button and not you.
Great tip,
You're
Vegas Wayno.
the one who
Wait.
should shut the hell up.
You know?
I was going to make this
Wow.
podcast about you, Vegas Wayno. I was. But maybe not.
All right.
All right, no, we're going to make it about him real quick. First question to Vegas Wayno.
Let's
This
go.
is the Get to Know Vegas Wayno episode. Big stars. The
Wow.
mass megastar right now. Somewhere.
Yeah.
He could be in another country.
He could be anywhere. We don't know where he
We
is.
might have a special guest later. And I got to tell you how I ended up in a New York City penthouse on Monday night.
We definitely got to hear about this.
That's a tease. I was with a Stanley Cup winner. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
That's a tease.
Was it a
All right.
penthouse or
All right.
penitentiary?
All right. First, before I get to Wayno's first question and the mass megastar, here we go. Shout outs. First, Dominic Golda and all the boys at Wall High School. I got the list right here. I got to read it all.
What's up, boys?
All right, we got Dom Golda, Dommy Socks Golda. Love the kid. He's a big supporter of mine, and I'm a big supporter of his.
Oh.
As I am of my wife, Jamie. Blessed with her. Can I say that right now? And my beautiful daughter, Jules. Okay. Massimo. Say Massimo. Come on, Wayne. Massimo.
Massimo.
I don't know who he is, so I got to drink.
Okay, that's the rule. John doesn't know who we talk about. He drinks. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know who
Massimo.
he is. Yep.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Ben Watzel. Ben Watzel. Drink.
Benny Watzel.
Lucas.
Lucas.
Luca, and Lucas.
Luca what?
and Lucas.
Luca and Linkus.
Luca, and how about
Luca
Brendan?
Linkus.
And we got a Brendan.
Wasn't Luca the
Brendan?
sheriff
He
at,
didn't read
in
his handwriting.
All right, I read it
Brendan.
up.
We got a Timmy.
Wait,
got a-
Matt Appel, Wyatt Capro, Cam Chiodo,
Damn, I got
and Justin the Dip Ass. Hey guys,
What?
thanks for the
What
support.
the hell is Justin the Dip Ass?
I don't know. It just said Justin the Dip
All right,
Ass.
Justin the Dip Ass.
All right, thanks,
this one's
guys.
for you,
Keep
buddy.
listening.
Wow.
Also, the folks at the Myers Garage. I love that.
Oh yeah, I know
Fantastic
the
folks. We're talking about
They
Dee,
are.
Maria, Dominic, David. How about Tevin over at Zarro, still stirring up the best coffee? Thank you. Like and subscribe. We are building a cult following, and we will start to distribute this on a much wider level. The stars are coming in, the stars are aligning, and the universe is aligning. And the first question I have for Vegas Wayno. Vegas Wayno,
What do we
this
got?
is
What do we got?
get to know Vegas Wayno question. It's going to be, I think we're starting off very simple. I know
Okay.
many expect something, harsh, but it's not. Wayne, growing up, who was your idol and why?
Growing up, who was my idol? I would say Marv Albert was my idol.
Wow, Marv
Other
Albert.
than- And
Why? Why?
of course, the greatest of all time,
No.
Howard Cosell.
Oh,
Wow.
two giants in the industry.
Yeah, too. I mean,
amazing.
But
so
You Wayno, you should have said Dan Rather. That would have been hilarious.
Dan Rather cannot, listen to me right now. Dan Rather cannot hold a torch
Yeah, no, but you
To
still should have said it.
Cosell
You still should have said
for
it.
Albert. And I'm going to tell you this. I worked with Marv Albert.
Did you?
Yeah, on the MSG Sports Desk years and years ago.
All right.
Worked with his son many, many times, Kenny.
Right.
Kenny, what a great man to me.
Kenny.
You had that picture of me when I was looking.
Kenny.
Yeah. All right. Show the picture of Gino's eyes wide open.
Kenny.
1998. I'm working a high school game.
Oh!
There it is. The coach from Francis Lewis High School curses.
Oh.
He says, "Son of a bitch" and "fuck." And there was the end result. My eyes. Guess who I threw it back to that particular afternoon? Kenny Albert and Mike Quick. And
right.
Vegas Wayno, so happy to hear you mention both Cosell and Marv. What set them apart for you?
Hey, what set them apart? Well, Marv Albert was probably the greatest play-by-play person that we were able to listen to, especially back in the days when, all we did was watch, was listen to the games on radio because you couldn't watch games on TV. Imagine today if you
Vegas,
told people.
You're really showing your age there, buddy boy.
Well,
I don't lie to you. Did you have a transistor radio?
Damn, dude. Radio. What do you got? What do we got?
I find it amazing today where everybody gets all upset because the game isn't on TV. I grew up in the days where, you saw one or two games and that was it, and now it's like, people are outraged that they don't get to watch their Knicks or their, whoever, Giants, whoever. But Marv Albert was the greatest. He could do hockey, your favorite sport, hockey.
Oh, Marv was brilliant,
right.
Brilliant. And his son is as well. I mean, gee whiz.
And then of course Howard Cosell. I mean, Monday night. Nobody watched Monday Night Football to see football games. They watched Monday Night Football to listen and try to figure out what Howard Cosell was talking about.
Hey, Wayno.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Vegas Wayno. Let's bring him on. The masked megastar. Come on, masked megastar. There he is. He is clear. Listen to me right now. Masked megastar, if we notice right off the bat, he doesn't have his championship belt. He's a 7-time world champion. From parts unknown, weight unknown. We don't know where he is today. He's in front of some, looks like concrete. We don't know if he's in a basement. Can you hear us okay, Masked megastar?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
wow. Are you safe?
I am currently safe. I don't know how much longer I have, though.
Wow, you really look like you're in some kind of serial killer's den back there. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I can't really tell you where I am. Let's put it that way.
Okay, we understand that. Now, there is something that we all notice. You don't have your belt. Did that have anything to do with the technical difficulty you suffered last week when we tried to get you on the show and we just couldn't get it? I was afraid for your life. I'm going to be honest with you, Masked megastar. Just a little intro. Masked megastar, 33-year TV veteran.
Wow.
National TV veteran. Wow. He's still out there. He's being hunted by TV people right now. He's being hunted by a lot of authorities in several nations.
They found out he was spilling the beans on this show, and now it's even worse for him.
And he's not going to stop spilling the beans because he's going to do it here. But he's wanted by Vince McMahon. We don't know why. But Masked megastar, just get down to it. What happened to the belt?
Well, I had a match with Salvatore Bellomo at Belleville High School gym. And
I don't know if I can find a picture of that
guy. I had the upper hand for most of the match. And then all of a sudden, I went flying out of the ring. I went through the ropes.
Yep.
And as I got up, I turned and I got hit in the head with a steel chair by the missing link.
Oh! Vegas
threw me in the ring. They rolled me up. And Salvatore Bellomo won my belt. That's exactly what happened.
Where was the ref?
Did
they knock him out?
I'm sure that Salvatore Bellomo was distracting him.
Oh my God, that would happen.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. And they
dirtbags.
The missing link out of nowhere takes a steel chair.
I was going to say, where did the missing link come from? I haven't seen or heard about the missing link in years.
You heard about the other guy? Salvatore, whatever the hell.
I think this could have been a mafia hit. No, wait, I know this is I'm getting serious about this.
You think so?
Masked megastar, is the mob after you right now? And is that why Salvatore Bellomo won the match? And do you think the missing link was a hitman for a mobster?
It's possible. It's possible.
See,
or maybe maybe some henchmen from the network. You don't know that.
Speaking of the network, do you have a TV story for us today. And again, these stories don't always have to be harsh. They don't always have to be controversial, but they just have to be related
But
to
Gino,
television.
listen, I just want to let the Masked Megastar know if he does not want to tell, he doesn't have to. I don't want you to feel pressure because I know right now you're in the basement, fearing for your life right now. So if you don't want to tell the story, it's okay. We don't want to put you in any positions.
Is there any pressure? And if there is,
no
please
pressure
don't tell
whatsoever.
the story. Okay.
This is actually an older story, and
go ahead.
It's Vegas Wayno. This is going to teach you a lesson. Never meet your heroes.
Wow.
Never meet your heroes. I was 21 years old. I was working for WPIX in New York, Channel 11, doing Yankee baseball. At the time, it was Phil Rizzuto and Tom Seaver as the announcers. I'm a huge Mets fan. I'm a huge Mets fan. I love Tom Seaver. I love the Mets because of Tom Seaver. It's his fault, basically. So I walk up to Tom. I didn't have the ball in my hand. I had it in my pocket. I said, Mr. Seaver, you're my idol. I grew up loving you. You're my favorite baseball player of all time. I root for the Mets because of you. Can you please sign this ball for me? And he looked around and said, sure, I can sign it. He grabs the baseball and he signs it. I told him to make it out to me and my name. I'm not going to tell you what my name is now, but I told him.
Of course not.
I told him, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And at the time, I don't know, there was a legendary camera operator that worked for WPIX. His name was Dulio Constabile. Phil Rizzuto used to reference him on the air constantly. He was on the other side of the press box. He saw Tom signing my ball. He just screams from the other end, Seba, you're signing? And he walked over, ran into the booth, went to this fucking filing cabinet and pulled out like 3 boxes of baseballs, a glove and 2 bats, and threw them on the desk in front of Tom Seaver. And Tom Seaver looked me dead in the eye. He said, are you fucking happy now? It was brutal. It was fucking brutal.
I'll tell you, give it a round of applause.
Go.
Masked Megastar.
Masked Megastar.
It's I'm so happy, first of all, Masked Megastar, that you're safe and sound. And I thought that story was just phenomenal. We're talking about Tommy Terrific Seaver.
Yeah, I think he got over it. He probably got over it. He probably.
I got over it. Yes, I did.
But I'll tell you what, for him to sign that ball for you, Masked Megastar, that had to be a feeling that was unbelievable.
Well, I felt like it was like 8 years old all over again, at my first game.
Incredible. I'm sure that was not the type of experience that I understand. I heard this through the rumor mill. I don't know if this is true, where you found passed out in an Indonesian alleyway.
Wow.
How did you hear about this?
Do you know I have sources everywhere? Vegas Wayno, is it true that you found this out from one of your sources in Las Vegas?
Oh, I've heard it for a while now. It's been circulating around.
Not only was I passed out in Indonesia in an alleyway, that fuck little Tokyo was going through my wallet.
I knew it. I knew it. Little Tokyo was involved.
Little Tokyo, and you have a beef. What is it?
Wow. This is unbelievable.
He's just my greatest rival, and I have yet to beat him one-on-one. The only time I've ever
the guy looks fierce. He looks fierce. The
only time I've ever beaten him was in a tag match, and I can't beat the man. I want to beat him.
I believe that Masked Megastar, you will. But listen, I know you can only stay in certain locations for short amount of time. I'd like to say thank you. We could all say thank you to the Masked Megastar. Do not get him out of here just yet, but say whatever you got to say to the Masked Megastar. He doesn't have a lot of
doing
time.
God's work, dude. God's work, Not for brave people like you. I mean, we wouldn't have these stories.
Vegas, maybe you have anything?
Maybe one day we could put that match together, Little Tokyo, and he right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think?
Clap.
Let's clap.
All right. That's a great suggestion. We're going to do it right here. We're also going to get Kevin Boyle on, and he could, finally tell the world why he slept in his underpants next to me for 3 nights in Myrtle Beach.
Gino,
he's basically like your Little Tokyo.
I've been scrubbing my body for so many years after that. But listen to me, I do have a question for the Masked Megastar before he goes, and I want to keep his safety a priority. Masked Megastar, what do you have coming up on the schedule?
Oh, interesting question. Next week, I am going to be at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I will be wrestling against Baron Mikhail Cicluna from the Isle of Malta. This is obviously not for a title shot. I believe that the winner will get a title shot, though.
Oh, wow. Wow. And listen, good luck in your pursuit.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
I believe right now you have
Do you-
mobsters after you after the Salvatore Belomo incident. Stay safe as always.
Thank you,
Stay
guys.
on if you can. If you can. I know your safety, is always in jeopardy, but we'd like to thank you and really be safe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great
All
night.
right, thanks for coming on.
It's just incredible that he risks his life
Oh my
every week for us.
I don't know how you
Vegas,
got
Wayno.
this guy. I don't know how you got him, Gino. I mean, you really, I will give you something. You're coming up with a lot of guests, dude. You're coming out with a lot of good guests.
And Vegas Wayno, I hear you. What do you got for me, pal?
I was hoping that you didn't get rid of our guest before, because I wanted to warn him, because we all know that Baron Cicluna always has that roll of dimes or nickels and quarters in his tights, and I just wanted to make sure the referee patted him down before the thing started, because we all know that the guy cheats.
All right, well, you know what? He's still here, so let's bring him back on.
Let's bring him back on. Mass Megastar, did you hear?
Whoa!
Whoa! He had to change his mask,
I
folks.
had to change the mask. Sorry, guys.
Wow. This is safety precautions. If you didn't see the Mass Megastar, you got to understand this about the Mass Megastar. He has to wear these Lucha Libre masks. He went from a blue and red to a beautiful gold. Vegas Wayno, what do you think of the Mass Megastar's mask?
A little like gold dusty there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ask him the question, Vegas.
Go ahead,
Ask him the
Vegas,
question,
Wayno.
because we
got
want to
him
know.
back.
We
He's
want to
still
know.
alive.
Now, I wanted to warn you, when you're taking on Baron Cicluna, because we know that he, sometimes bends the rules a little bit. You got to watch out so when he reaches down behind him, he doesn't pull out that roll of dimes or nickels or quarters and hit you with it, because we know the guy, bends the rules just a little bit.
Yeah, he does bend the rules. You have to watch out for the roll of quarters. He also keeps a taped-up wrench handle in his trunks. That's the worst, when he gets you in the throat with it.
That's always the worst, when you get hit with a wrench. Taped up wrench.
Well, have you ever
That's
hit
my
the
least
throat
favorite.
with a wrench?
Mass Megastar.
He asked Wayno if he's ever been hit with a wrench.
No, wait. I just got word from my phone that they're onto your location. Can you please sign off? Just stay there. Be safe. Okay? Someone's on your tail. It could be the cartel. It could be the mob. I don't know who it is. Just get safe. That's the Mass Megastar. Thank you. With the gold mask. Oh, God.
Wow.
Listen, not last question, but another question, Wayne, before I go into the story of the century for Double G. What happened to me on Monday night proves that there is a universe out there working towards me, working within me. This is just amazing. I'm a magnet for energy, good and bad. And a little tease, next week on the podcast, Guru Lisa Jardine will be on.
Lisa.
Come on. My spiritual guru. We love her. Her and her husband, Jules, and the whole Jardine family. She has changed my life considerably. She will tell the world things about me that I don't even know.
Oh, my God.
That's how serious this is.
Lisa.
But here's my question to Wayno, and then I tell the story of the century. Vegas Wayno, what is your game of choice when you head out to the casinos and you're just killing it? What can Vegas Wayno be playing?
I wasn't sure I understood that.
What's your favorite game?
What's your favorite game?
Casino.
My favorite game in the casino? Keno.
Yeah.
Keno.
Yeah, he's the casino. He's the Keno king of Vegas, bro. You know that.
He's the nickel king of Vegas.
What people don't understand.
Slot ninja,
John,
Yeah.
what people don't understand is that back in the early days, I think before Gino stabbed me, when we used to come out here, to Vegas, we used to stay at the old Sahara.
We did.
And we used to hang out and play Keno, talk to the Keno girls.
That's right.
at the
They
Keno
loved
spot.
me.
Yeah.
They loved me, Wayno.
The Keno heads.
I got pictures. I'm going to send
Green
John
girls.
and send you some. But
Yep.
we used to sit there and play Keno, and he used to yell at me all the time because he'd play
Right.
I think 11, 11, 21, and I would play something different, and he would always yell at me that I was playing the wrong numbers. Meanwhile, he had less money in his pocket than me.
And this was pre-backstab, right? This was
Yes.
pre-stab in the back, is what you're saying.
Wait a minute. First of all, Vegas Wayno, could you tell them what it's like to play or be near me during a blackjack game?
Oh,
Oh, it is not fun to be near him and in any gambling, but blackjack in particular.
listen, I sit next to him at a podcast. I'm worried I'm going to get punched in the face.
He actually had the dealers trying to tell him what to do, and he still wouldn't listen to them. And
That's no surprise.
They would tell
That's
him,
no surprise.
"No,
Good
don't
squirrel."
take that card."
I used to get really, hey, Vegas Wayno, I can't stand people who don't know how to play blackjack. Okay, people don't get the nuances
I
of the
think
game. And
Wayno
when you're
just said you don't know how to play backjack.
no, it's not me, it's them.
Oh,
I
don't know
once
about
was
that.
at a table. Swear to God, great story. One of the times when we went out to Vegas, Vegas Wayno and I have been out to Vegas many, many times.
Right.
You know, at some point I would kind of break off and look for the lovelies and do my own thing because that's what I do. I was double G.
That's
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, you know, many times I barely made the flight. You know, in the morning, Vegas Wayno will attest to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm in Bally's, Wayno, and I think I told you this story. I see Jeff Garcia at the time, the quarterback. Got a drink. Don't forget that John doesn't know
no
anything
idea
about
who that
sports.
is.
No clue.
Nor do I care really, but go ahead.
All right, Jeff Garcia.
Carry on.
Then the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers slumped in a chair. He looked like just like a blah. You know what I mean? I just walked by him. I go, my goodness, it doesn't look fun to be an NFL quarterback. Then I'm playing blackjack, and Vegas Wayno, John Manning, if you don't know about blackjack, the anchor position is the most important position. Their move and how they bet and what they bet is so fucking important. Well, this particular night at Bally's, whomever was playing the goddamn anchor position was pissing me off. He lost me about $150.
Gino, can I ask you a question?
Wait, hold on.
I got a question for you because I don't know anything about this, but here's the problem, right? Let's suppose you're trying to learn this game. How do you do it? When
Can
you
I
got
tell you my story?
when you got some jerk like you
Yeah.
getting mad at them because they don't know what they're doing. How do you learn how to do it?
Listen.
How do you learn?
When one of those people was Gino Auriemma. That's right. Connecticut thing was at the end of the table. Drink. Was at the end of the table, fucking it all up for all of us.
Yeah, but
and he just has a big smile on his face.
Well,
you know why he had a smile on his face? Because he's got a load of dough and I didn't.
I'm telling you, I would love
So
to do
guess
that.
what I say to you,
I would
Mr.
love to piss him off
Auriemma,
the
who
table.
played
That'd be
in
awesome.
Bally's? Get the hell out. Go play the nickel slots with Wayno over there. Play Keno.
Ooh. Hey, remember
Now I'm going
slot?
to the story. Now I'm
Yeah.
going. That fired me up.
It really did fire you up, man.
You
Wow.
know, remember slots of fun where we would go and hang out and watch games and
I loved it.
hang
I
out with
love
your favorite bartender.
Please. I used to hang out with Wayno at the Slots of Fun. It was probably one of the most rundown bars on the strip. Slots of Fun.
Slots of
And
fun.
I used to
Sounds
just
like it.
Sit there and get, I imbibed, quite a bit,
Right.
and had a lot of fun there. But I got to get to this story, guys. Because,
Go for it.
Listen,
Let's get to it.
Because I think the next time I go to Vegas, just the way the universe is working, I'm like going to end up in the Elvis penthouse suite.
Yeah.
You ready for this, Vegas, Wayno?
Let's hear it. Start from the very beginning.
Very,
Wayno.
very beginning. Monday night. Okay, we're taping on a Wednesday. Monday night, I'm working.
You're at work.
And I run into, for the third time in my life, two-time Stanley Cup champion and former Calder Trophy winner, Scotty Gomez, the Gomer, a.k.a. G-Love, a.k.a. what a great effing dude. Okay? So I'm sitting with him in what we call the green room. Kind of, what we call shooting the shit. Me, Monaco, Scotty Gomez. And we just had a good connection, right? That was, like I said, the third time that I had met Scotty Gomez, and the first two times, and we just kind of hit it off. He just seemed like a good guy, like one of us.
Right.
good person who just happened to play the game of hockey. And I could tell he had a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. That guy is
You
not
notice,
only
Gino, I did not have to drink because I know exactly
you
who
know
Scott
who Scott
Gomez is.
wow. And I'll tell you what, we're going to get to a lot about what Scott Gomez had to say about some Devils. And I know.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about it, bro. All right.
I'm prepared. Don't worry about
this.
that.
No, I love it.
Don't worry about that.
There I am. We're chit-chatting before he worked on a show I was working on for my client. And afterwards, I went on a walk and talk with him.
All right. Okay.
And anybody who watches or actually works with me or knows me understands what a walk and talk is.
Okay.
So me, the Gomer, G Love, AM, one other person, we went on a little walk and talk. Had a good time. And last week you saw a wonderful cold open by young Scotty Gomez.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Thank you,
Mr.
Scotty.
Gomez.
You know, not a lot
Appreciate
of guys would do what Scotty did.
That was cool. It was cool.
Super cool.
And I thought it was funny too. Funniest part of that cold open, if you haven't watched it, is he said he went down the subways and he saw it on the billboard. If you want to be an asshole, listen to this podcast.
And Vegas Wayno and John Manning, that is that guy to a T.
Now, it was the best
I'm not kidding you. That guy could bust balls. He is an all-star ball buster. I thought I was good. I swear to God. So, you know, we're BSing, we're walking and talking, and then we finish. We went to a local saloon to finish watching the Rangers-Devils game, right?
Right.
And it's me and my man Monaco and the Gomer, and we're just shooting the shit. You know, Gomer's a great guy. He could tell some amazing stories.
Yeah.
And, you know, listen, as a Devils fan, it was kind of cool hanging out with him. But I look at him more as the person, not as the athlete. And we're just having a great old time. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, another fella joins us, Vegas Wayno, from the bar. He's watching the game. Nice fella. You know, a burly type of fella, red hair, had a beer in his hand. I was sharing a beer with him. It's me, this fella by the name of John. I was introduced to him, never met him before in my life. I got Scotty Gomez. I got Monaco.
Sounds like a real sausage festival, if you ask me.
Yeah, you know, when you think about it. What the hell am I bragging about?
I'm just saying, you were, you know.
In the old days, I wouldn't be happy about this at all.
Gino, you would not be happy about this.
But now,
you know?
now I got to think about this.
Yeah.
What am I bragging
Did you guys
about?
go dancing or anything like that? Was that
No,
music?
we were just, again, we're having some good yucks.
All right.
It's me, Gomer, Monaco, this guy I don't know. We're maybe 10 minutes talking. The guy I don't know, he leaves. He comes back. We're chit-chatting. We're laughing. And I go, hey, you should come on my podcast, right? I don't know who he is. All right?
All right.
He's like, yeah, whatever. Good. He leaves. This guy, John, great guy. And just is like, hey, we're going to be hanging out here tomorrow. If you want to come. John, he doesn't know John, right? John. I didn't know John either. So John leaves and he goes, hey, we're going to come back here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch the World Cup game. And I said, if I could get there, I would. But
I'd be like, John, soccer sucks. Really bad.
What we were talking about.
Hard, like really bad.
And you know what else sucks? Football sucks. Football, soccer, football. I need a football.
Well, that's the thing.
The product sucks. Okay. So wait. Let me get back.
Soccer. All right, go ahead. Go.
John leaves.
Yeah.
Then he leaves, and I say to the like, who the hell is that guy? A great guy.
Right.
And they go, you don't know who that was? I don't know. Should I?
Right.
They're like, dude. You asked him to be on your podcast. I go, why? Yeah, so what? I don't know who this guy is. I'm 50 years old. You think I watch podcasts or anything? I just create podcasts. I don't listen to podcasts. They said, dude, that guy works for Barstool. Oh, no, he did tell me he worked for Barstool. I didn't know what he did.
Right.
But Monaco and Gomez said he's like a big podcaster. This guy Feidelberger? He's like, he knows Portnoy. And I don't know him either. But he was such a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a drink with him. I hope to have a drink with him. And he knows this guy Portnoy, right? You talk about a pioneer in the industry that I have an incredible amount of respect for. And it would be an incredible honor to have him look at us just for once.
Gino, Portnoy. We got to get Flaubelberger on. Bro.
We're going to get this guy Feidelberger on. So
what's it?
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know who this guy is. But he leaves. And I'm like, oh, shit. Right? So I'm like, can I embarrass myself? I asked him to be on my podcast.
He asked you to come back, he said.
No, but
so you did all right, I think.
All right, whatever. So next, Gomez says,
okay,
you know, we're done with it. I had one Guinness, and he goes, hey, Do you want to go back to my place? Gomez says this. Vegas one.
Oil flashbacks.
I was. No, but I'm with Monaco, so I got.
Oh, all
yeah,
right. So you got protection.
Yeah. I got Monaco. I'm like, yeah, I'll go back. What do you got? He goes, hey, I live somewhere around in the city.
Right.
And we can go. We can hang out at my place. I said, can we do a walk and talk in your place? He goes, absolutely. You could do a walk and talk in my place.
Wow.
Speaking of walk and talks, where's my gummy?
Ooh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
boy.
Speaking of walk and talks, wink, where's my gummy? So he said, sure, we could do a walk and talk.
Right.
Great. We get to the place.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm walking with the 2-time Stanley Cup winner. Great guy.
Right. Like it's nothing.
Like he's like my best friend.
Like it's nothing.
He's my new best friend.
It's awesome.
And I think I'm his new best friend.
Right.
And Monaco might be his new best
best
friend.
friend. You guys might be his new best friends.
So we go into this beautiful building. He knows the doorman so well. He brought him to Alaska. That's how good of a guy this guy Gomez is. Right? So he hits the old PH. That's the penthouse. I'm going to the penthouse, Vegas, Wayno, and John Manning. What do you think about that? Just
the Gomer penthouse.
Go ahead, Vegas.
Who's that
Wayno.
like?
Vegas Wayno, from TKR Cable to the Gomer penthouse. Tell me what you think about that. What would Zuber be saying?
I'm totally shocked. First of all, I'm surprised that you're in any place that isn't padded.
Well, who said his place didn't have padded walls? So you're saying, wait a minute,
We don't
Vegas
know.
Wayno, are you saying that he was irresponsible to ask a fella like me into his penthouse?
I would think that I would say that, because he has a lot of money. You're just a nut from who knows where. I would have, but then again, you got him drunk, so I could see.
I didn't get him drunk. Wait, I never said anything about anybody drinking, did I, Vegas Wayno? Wait about this. Hold on, Vegas Wayno, listen to this. All right, let's get back to the story. I'm up now. Now Gomer opens the door, and there me and Monaco saunter right into Scotty Gomez's palace. And let me tell you something. Hello. I'm moving on up. You see what I'm saying? This guy I has earned it. God bless him.
Yeah.
And that's what you do, right? You earn it, and that's what you get. You work hard. And this guy, he works hard. He was a great hockey player, rookie of the year. He was an assist man. You know what I'm saying?
Earpiece is falling out.
No, my earpiece is fine. Don't interrupt me.
You got to work.
You don't interrupt the story about my. So we go in there. There's a dog running around.
Yep.
I grab a water. It's unbelievable. And I ask him, where are we going to do this walk and talk? Place is beautiful, right? And he goes, well, we're going to go upstairs. We go upstairs to the 2nd floor. And let me tell you something. Monaco, Golda, and Gomer. Top floor penthouse. We go outside. I'm overlooking Manhattan. This guy is living large. I love him.
Nice.
He's telling stories left and right. He's got Lamarillo stories left and right. Then it's surreal, guys. It's surreal.
Yes, listen. You gotta let them know. Like you had Devil season tickets with your dad. Like,
I did.
For how long, Gino? I mean, like this is like that's the real like it's the equivalent of me meeting one of the Penguins that I love. You know what I mean? Like and hanging out with them in their house, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you had the season tickets. You have the Christmas green and red and white jersey. You know what I mean? Like old school stuff.
I know.
Chris Terreri stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
and he knows Chris Terreri. He's telling me Chris Terreri's stories. Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux. I love Claude Lemieux.
Right. So I mean, that's
but you don't get overwhelmed in those situations. You know, that's because of the walk and talk. It keeps you focused. And then he pulls up. Now listen, he's the coolest dude in the world. He's very generous. And he has a guitar. And I know he loves music because there's Rolling Stone shit everywhere. Right.
Okay. Yep.
And he's got the guitar, and let's go. Let's jam it out. And Scotty Gomez picks up the guitar and he starts jamming out. And the guy can play.
How do you not film this, dude?
Because you can't do that.
You got to ask. You should have asked him if we could.
He's like my best friend. Why would I do that?
He's like, yo, bestie, can we get
Scotty
this on
Gomez
film?
is like my best friend.
He is basically your best friend.
Kevin Boyle slept
He's your
with
best
me
friend.
in Myrtle Beach, and my new best friend is Scotty
Yeah, he's your
Gomez.
best friend. You know,
Were you up in his place?
I was not.
Were
I was not
you
invited.
next
Listen,
to him
I'm
while he
not.
was
I'm not
playing
big time
guitar?
like you. You know, I'm just an elevator guy. You know, that's
You
all I
just
do.
build up. He's an
I just
orphan,
build
too.
elevators.
Hey-
I just
hey,
build
John?
elevators. I don't have any
John?
parents. You know, that's what it
John,
is.
if it wasn't for somebody like you, there would be no elevator to take him up to the penthouse.
That's
How about
true.
that?
That's true. Jerk off would be no person to take it up to the penthouse.
Well, it's so
All right.
we're up there.
Okay.
He's got the guitar out. He does a little of his own music. Scotty Gomez,
Nice. Let's
former
go.
New Jersey Devil, former Calder Trophy winner. I'm in his penthouse. I don't know what the hell's going on. He's jamming out.
Right.
Then, you ready for this, Vegas Wayno? The guy takes out the harmonica. So now he thinks he's either Springsteen.
Is he doing
or Dylan.
Piano Man? He's doing Billy Joel? What is he doing?
No, he's just kind of doing his own thing.
All right.
That's what I loved about it. He's
All
kind of
right.
doing his own music. Like
Okay.
a lot of people would do covers. And then he did do a cover of the Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil,
Okay.
which
Wow.
I sang along. Golda was
Let's
back on
go.
vocals.
You guys started a family band, basically.
We did. And then Monaco.
You, Monaco, was he playing the bongos? What
He
was
was.
playing?
He
Of course
was
he
playing-
was. I could totally see him playing the goddamn bongos. I don't
Alex-
know why. I don't know why, but I can see him in the background playing the bongos.
Alex Monaco to my right. You got to understand this on this couch, right? He's got a medicine ball that he's playing as bongos, John.
Yeah, of course.
You got Scotty Gomez
Yeah.
with the guitar and the harmonica, a la Dylan, Springsteen,
Yeah.
any folk.
So did he? So he had like the thing. The thing
Yes,
that
he
goes-
had like that
he had
hook
that
thing.
hook thing that goes.
And he's just like swing, meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
And then came the moment where I truly believe that if I could have, if that was my last moment
Yeah.
on the planet, I think it would have been right there when he's jamming out. He's got the harmonica. I got Monaco on the bongos, which is
Just
really
crushing
just
it
a
on the
medicine
bongos.
ball. I mean, you're talking about,
You know?
Scotty Gomez here. You can talk about a guy who played with Stevens and Danico and Niedermeyer and good Lord, Thor. I mean, it goes on, and he's just
Goes
jamming
on.
out, man. And then they say, just make up some words, right?
Oh.
And then for about 2 minutes,
What did you sing? Do you give us?
I'm
give us a little
going to
snippet.
tell you what I sang about,
Go ahead.
Vegas Wayno.
Let's hear it.
I sang about a podcast
Yeah.
as if me, Monaco, and Gomer were doing the podcast together. Those were the words of
All
the
right.
song. Now, don't be jealous.
Okay. I'm not jealous.
Don't be jealous,
Okay.
Vegas Wayno. I would never leave you guys. You know I'm devoted to you.
I'm not jealous.
If Gomer and Monaco begged me,
If
I still wouldn't
you'd
leave.
still
you
go
guys.
do a podcast with them.
No, never.
Yeah.
I don't big time people.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
So that was the moment when I was singing my own tune that just came to me at the moment. And then the funny part is he jumped in. And then it was a little competition
Wow.
between vocals.
Oh,
And listen, he wins in
he
that
kicked your
battle.
ass.
He does.
Yeah.
Just like he was a winner on the ice, he wins. He wins. He's a winner.
We heard the awful songs, bro. We know. Trust me.
And I just want to say that I spent, and so it's about 1:45 a.m. I'm exhausted. I've been texting my wife all night long. Hun, I'll get home at some point.
Yeah. Do you know where I am right now? Just leave me alone.
I'm with
You know what I
Scotty
mean?
Gomez,
Right.
right?
I'm in the penthouse. I'm in Gomer's penthouse. He's playing the damn harmonica. I got freaking Monaco in the back playing the bongo drums, and me and him are having a singing contest right now. Like,
Who's
Come on.
Monday night
come on.
ends like that, Vegas, Wayno? Does that happen to you out in Vegas? And tell me what the temperature is.
Yeah. Do you ever have a singing contest with like a Elvis on the street
Unbelievable.
or anything like that?
Uh-oh.
What do you think?
Vegas, Wayno, can you hear us?
Think we lost Vegas?
All right,
Wayno?
let's lose him. Because I think Vegas
Wayno.
Wayno is frozen. All of a
Wayno's
sudden, you
frozen.
start talking about
That's it. You ask him one question, he freezes up.
it's unbelievable.
It's unreal, man.
I'm going to have to text him and
Not-
say, Vegas Wayno, turn the phone on and
Oh,
off.
I think he's back. I think
Is
he's
he back?
Yeah, I think he's
Let's
back.
give him a shot.
Wayno,
Vegas
you
Wayno,
back?
are you back?
No,
Vegas Wayno, all right.
Vegas Wayno.
We have
not back.
technical difficulties.
Vegas Wayno gets one hard question. You notice this? He gets one hard hitting question. If he had a singing contest with a fake Elvis on the strip and the guy freezes up, you told me he was a legend. You told me he didn't freeze up. He did interviews of other legends, and we asked him one question. Just one.
Well, that's Vegas Wayno. Remember, he didn't want to talk about the nickels he won in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it.
Didn't want to talk about it.
He won He said he won 2,000 nickels. So I'm like, how much is 2,000 nickels? Like $200.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it.
You know, I'm like, he doesn't want to talk about
Don't
that.
worry,
Like,
the IRS is not after you, Vegas Wayno.
We want that 200 nickels.
Your Social Security is okay. It's safe. Look, Vegas Wayno's done. He's out.
Right.
He's had it.
Yeah,
He can't take the scrutiny. So let me continue the story.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Because I got to get up and make breakfast for my kids. And I'm in
Right.
Scotty Gomez's penthouse in Manhattan.
Right.
I'm walking and talking, AKA, where's my gummy? Okay. Monaco's on the bongos. You got Gomez on the guitar. I'm singing, I don't want to leave, but it's 1:45. I got to go.
Right.
And at 1:45, I called it quits. Me and Monaco leave Gomez's apartment. Gomez, who is this? Oh, there's Vegas Wayno.
Let's see if we can get it back. Vegas
Vegas
Wayno.
Wayno, can you hear us? All right.
Back.
Let me continue the story. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're still going on with this story?
Yeah.
Vegas Wayno, John asked you a question. I truly, truly believe that you froze up on purpose because you didn't want to answer the question.
Yep.
So you hush. You hush. I'm the star of this show.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I know Scotty Gomez, and I spent time in his penthouse on a random Monday because I'm Double G.
And they might have just become.
And this guy Feidelberger, I met. I didn't even know Feidelman.
Feidelberger, get on this podcast.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get Portnoy. We're gonna get them all right here on this little childish podcast.
That's right.
Okay, finish up the story.
Go ahead, finish up.
Kindly.
So you're getting tired.
Kindly, you know,
like the rest of us.
Scotty Gomez offers
Good one, Wayne.
the sleep. Yeah, offers, you know, for me to stay over. I say no. I got to go home to my wife and kids.
Yeah.
Moneyline walks 3 blocks. He's crying. Right. I got to drive an hour and a half back home and get up and make the breakfast, which I did, and that was my Monday night.
Wow.
In New York
and
City.
You made it home to make.
And I made it home. I want to bring on the Mass Megastar right now because he's still here. Oh,
Mass Megastar, whenever you're ready, buddy. Whenever you're ready, I see you.
Whoa!
I see you. I will never reveal your identity.
Whoa, okay.
We don't do that.
There was a sign behind him that might have showed his location. Mass Megastar, you okay? Okay, he's okay.
Listen, we don't reveal our sources because we want them to come back. So here comes the Mass Megastar.
Listen to me right now. This is how the show is going to end, potentially.
How's it going to end?
I'm going to tell you how it's going to end right now.
All right.
I'm going to ask Mass Megastar a question.
Okay.
I don't know if he could, how long he's got.
Okay.
Then we're gonna get him off fast, and anything you got for Wayno to kind of wrap this up, we're gonna do it. Okay, so here we go. Mass Megastar. I talked about an incredible night, Monday night in New York City. Me, Scotty Gomez, Alex Monaco, singing. We're dancing. We're talking about Gomer dancing here. He's got the harmonica. He's playing music. He's telling Scott Stevens stories, and we'll get to that.
Oh,
we're going to get to that.
Stevens
we're going to get to that. We're not going yet. That's a premature.
Good.
We're going to talk about Scotty.
I'm actually glad.
Scotty fucking Stevens.
I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad we're going to talk about that.
All right, we are, but not yet. Not yet.
All right, I can't wait.
Mass Megastar. Craziest night you have ever had with a celebrity or not. Tell the story. As much as you can get out. I know you only got a minute left. Go.
Well, it happened in New Orleans.
Oh, God.
I was down there working on the Orange Bowl, and I was out on New Year's Eve, which is insane there. I was myself with 2 other co-workers and a very famous ex-football player.
Oh,
okay.
So
can we say his name?
We ended up at like 1 a.m. at this bar on Toulouse Street called The Dungeon.
The Dungeon.
Is
that where you are right now?
No, that's
where you are right now.
I gotta cut in, Mass Megastar. The Dungeon, is that what we would consider an S&M club, BDSM?
It could be considered that. Yes, it's an.
Were you wearing the mask?
Were you wearing the mask when you went?
Anything goes.
Were there people wearing masks at the Dungeon in New Orleans during this night with an ex-football player?
They had masks on, but they were zippers on them, so it wasn't like it was my mask.
Oh,
Pulp Fiction, baby.
All right.
Okay, so we go into this club, and there's a downstairs bar, and there's an upstairs bar where they play like all heavy metal music. It's insane. And in one room, there's another area where they're selling drinks, and there are 2 cages on each side of this narrow walkway.
Are the cages elevated? Are the cages elevated?
The cages are elevated. Yes, they're up in the. Yes, they're up. Like not that high, but like
I'm picturing like
2.5 foot
pyrotechnics and stuff like that.
2.5 foot platform on each side, with caged in. They could close the door and everything like that. So we were in there and we were getting really lit up, and this group of hot blondes walked in with one gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
and they all walked into one cage on the opposite side of where we were standing. Proceeded to take all their clothes off, so
Wow.
they're making out with each other.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just like out of nowhere. That's awesome.
Out of nowhere.
Go.
This is New Year's Eve in New Orleans, and
Wow.
after
Big.
hours
This is
club.
big time.
So they were going
Ex-football
at it.
player is there, by the way. Ex-football player. We have a veteran here, the Mass Megastar, telling incredible stories. Parts unknown, weight unknown. Continue, Mass Megastar.
So we had a nice private show, basically, for all of. There's 4 of us. We're sitting there. This is like the
Can't
greatest
beat
night
that.
ever. We're watching this.
People
thing
pay
go
good
down.
money for them shows.
The football player goes downstairs to go to the bathroom, and he comes back upstairs. And we're watching all this unfold. And the one gentleman that showed up with these girls had his hands through the cage, and he was fondling one of the women's breasts.
Whoa!
Wow!
Out of the corner of my eye, I see my friend walk back upstairs, and he just checks out the guy doing this, walks over, and decides that he's going to participate. So let's say
now I want to stop you. Was this all consensual? You'd have to say yes to that.
Well, I mean, you're at he's at like the dungeon and S&M club, right?
Yes,
I mean,
where it's all consensual. That's all I want to say.
You kind of, I think it's kind of.
It was all consensual. They knew what they were getting into. Being yes.
Once you walk into the dungeon, you know it's a dungeon, right? Mass Megastar. Okay.
Yes.
Want to be clear.
So there's basically a liaison between these people, and my friend's fingers were moving out rapidly in the specific place. The security guard ran over, grabbed the guy by the back of his jacket and said, hey, what are you doing? You can't do that. And he looked at the guy next to him and says, he's doing it. And the guy put his hands down and looked at my friend. He said, she's my wife. Yeah, it was a little crazy. Yeah.
Thank you, Mass Megastar, for that one. Spending New Year's Eve on the road, working in television with an ex-football player, going to the dungeon.
The dungeon. Big shout out to the dungeon, by the way. If you're out there, go check out the dungeon.
They've got cages.
Yeah.
They've got things with fingers. And I just have a question for you, Mass Megastar, with the fingers that were moving at a rapid rate. When we talk about the anatomy of a body, was it above or below the shoulder?
It was below the shoulder.
Well below?
Let's put it this way. After he was done, I asked to smell his fingers.
Whoa, Mass Megastar.
So it was his feet. That was the feet.
Wow.
I get it.
Okay,
the feet that you're talking about. The feet could smell.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mass Megastar.
And thank you, Dungeon.
Thank you, Dungeon.
Maybe we get a sponsorship. Maybe we get the Dungeon to sponsor us, right? Today's episode of Talking Sports and Other Things brought to you by the Dungeon.
Mass Megastar, get out of here quickly. We know after that story, somebody's after you. The Dungeon in New Orleans. Let's get back to the Scotty Gomez story. On that note,
Scotty Gomez. Oh, so what? So you said you getting tired. You left. You cooked breakfast. I think you finished it.
No. But we're going to talk about Scott Stevens right now.
Oh, you want to talk about Scott Stevens?
Because
okay. So I have a question for Wayno on this one. Let me ask Wayno a question. So I'm going to give you one. All right. So I want to ask you something. I'm going to play you something, Wayno. Okay. I want to play you a little clip that I slowed down for you to see. Okay. And I want you to pay attention to this clip very, very carefully, okay? And then I'll explain to you what the clip is, because you may not know the players in the clip. But I will tell you one of them is Scott Stevens. All right, here it is. Pay attention. Pay attention. Slow-mo, and I'll play it again if you'd like to see it.
No, here we go. Okay, let's study this clip together.
Watch Paul Correa's head.
His head is down. His head is down.
Let me explain.
And Scott Stevens never, ever left his head.
All head and his feet
was
are off
down.
The ground, Gino. The guy is known headhunter. He ended Paul Correa. He ended Eric Lindros.
Dinky. No way, dude.
And let me tell you this. So Wayno, let me show you one more time. Wayno, let's get an impartial judge because you're a homer.
No, I'm not.
You're a giant homer.
I am not.
Okay, a gigantic homer.
I know
Don't
I love
lie.
the Devils, and I loved Scott
Don't lie.
Stevens as a player.
You're a
and I
homer.
told my son to model his game after
You're
Scott
a
Stevens
homer.
because I think he's the best defenseman that ever lived.
Let me tell you
Period.
something right now, Gino. If Dami Sox ever did that to a player on the ice, you'd kill him.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would. Here we go.
Because
Ready?
Dami,
Watch this, Wayno.
I'm
And
looking
shut
at
up,
it
Gino.
again.
Watch this, Wayno. Watch the head. Watch the
Korea's-
head. Korea doesn't even have the puck. How about that? How about the fact that Korea doesn't even have the puck in that
momentum,
video?
John.
Come on, dude.
Momentum,
Come on.
dude.
All right, Wayno.
Sorry.
Wayno,
It's called finishing a play.
hey.
It's called finishing a play.
go ahead, Wayno. What do you think, Wayno?
Are you asking me if I think that is a totally dirty, uncalled for play that
That's
should
what I'm
have gotten
asking
him
you.
thrown out, not only
That
out of the
ended
game,
Paul Korea's
but
career.
out of the league?
That
That
ended
was
his career.
Weak.
And he wasn't even looking.
Yes.
Wasn't even
And,
looking.
and wait, Wayno, and he didn't even have the puck. He dished the puck. That hit was so late and so dirty and so disgusting that if any of our children, if my or your kids got hit like that, Gino, you would be furious.
If my kid was if my kid would be blessed enough to play in the NHL, no, I know it's a no holds barred league.
No,
John,
no holds barred.
John, it's
You don't want nobody hitting
when they step
you don't want
into the
nobody hitting your
squares.
son in the head like that, dude. Come
Listen
on.
to me.
Let's not.
We're not
let's
talking
pretend.
about youth hockey.
I know we're
here,
talking about.
John.
I know we're talking
John,
about
this
the
is
home
pro.
team. I know we're talking about
This
the
is
home
pro
team.
hockey, kid.
But Scott Stevens is the dirtiest player in the NHL.
100% completely.
No doubt. Headhunting career.
Scott
ending.
Stevens probably laid more guys out in the NHL than anybody.
Cheap
and I
shots.
will assure you
Cheap
that
shots.
99%.
He's the king of the late hit. The
Bullshit.
king of the late hit. You could look-
bullshit.
Gino, you
Bullshit.
go on YouTube.
You're picking.
Take off those
small
glasses.
plays.
Take off those glasses. Okay, take off the I love the
You're
Devils
picking
glasses.
small
Okay.
plays, dude.
And take off the I love the
Small
Devils
sample
glasses.
size, dude.
And then
Small sample size.
Listen to me. Take off those glasses. Okay. Go watch all of Scott Stevens's hits. Go watch his hits. Go watch them, bro. Go watch them in slow-mo. I'll slow them down for you.
All right, now me, because I actually watch Scott Stevens like documentaries
You
and
know
hits.
what's funny, John? He goes,
No.
now me, like we've been on
Right.
for
Yeah, he's been totally silent the whole time. He hasn't shut
we've
up.
been on 57 minutes we've been sitting here, and he's been talking 50 of them.
No, exactly. And now listen, you saw that hit with your own eyes. You know what it is. Paul Correa dished that puck.
It was
Paul
bad.
Correa's career was over.
Picking
after that.
one hit.
How about Eric
It was
Lindros?
bad.
Same thing. He ended Eric Lindros too
Listen
with
to
a
me.
late
Yeah.
elbow to the head.
John, you're
He knocked his
absolutely
helmet off.
you're absolutely
No.
misrepresenting.
You know what? When you hit somebody and
one
their
of the
helmet goes
greatest hockey
flying, when you
players.
hit somebody and their helmet goes flying, you didn't hit the helmet at all. None.
No, you're wrong,
Nothing at
dude.
all.
99% of his hits were clean.
Yeah,
Vegas
99.
Wayno. He's still here. Get him on. The Mass Megastar, who's also a huge hockey fan.
All right,
We're going
Mass
to defer to him.
Megastar. I want to show you this clip, and I want Gene to be quiet during this clip. Be quiet. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Be quiet, or I'll mute your mic because I can do that. I'm in the controls. All right, listen.
Okay.
Watch this. I want you to pay
Okay.
attention to this.
Okay. As clean as it gets, Sean. Look at.
I'm gonna mute you. Shut up.
Boom.
There's no puck. There's no puck.
But you know,
It's
why don't you
gone.
show the whole play? You're showing a tiny
Gino,
portion that's slowed, John. It's unfair. It's unfair.
That's unfair.
It's unfair. You're not showing the context
Mass
of the
Megastar.
play.
Mass Megastar.
You're wrong,
You can look
dude.
at this clip, and you're gonna
You're
tell
not
me,
showing the context of the play.
and you're gonna tell me that
You're
this is
wrong.
not a completely and totally career-ending dirty hit to the head. That's what you're
Well,
gonna tell me.
Wrong.
By today's standards, that would be a dirty hit. By
Yeah,
today's standards, that's a dirty hit. He'd be listen. I love Scott Stevens. I think he's a great player.
Thank you.
If he played in the National Hockey League now, he'd play a third of the season probably
He'd be gone.
because
probably
they're
kick him
calling
out of the
everything
league.
like that now. But that,
He'd be gone.
then,
But listen,
John,
we know this.
listen,
Our kids play hockey, dude. It don't take much.
Korea is leaning forward. And
Correct.
He wasn't paying attention to where he was on the ice. I mean,
Correct.
and no one wants to see him get hit that way, right?
Correct.
Let's be honest.
But here's the deal, right? So I'll give you a good
the
example of what I'll give you a good example of what I told my son the other day when he took a 2-10, hitting a guy in a vulnerable position.
Goon.
It's not worth it. I told him, I said, it's not worth it. Do you want to be the guy that paralyzed the kid? Right? Do you want to be that guy? You don't want to be that guy. You don't want it on you.
Nobody
But
does,
Scott
John.
Stevens, listen to me.
Neither
Stevens,
does Scott Stevens.
Did you ever see the interview that he did on SNY with Paul Correa? So Paul Correa did an interview on SNY, and I can't play the whole thing here.
On
right?
SNY?
SNY, yeah.
You sure about that?
So listen, yeah, positive. I watched it today.
All right.
It was 5 years ago, though,
Okay.
right? So he does the interview and he talks about the hit. They asked him if he thought it was a dirty hit. Obviously, he did. It ended his career, right? So he thought it was a dirty hit. He asked if Scott Stevens ever reached out to him or anything like that. They asked if Scott Stevens ever reached out because it was the end of his career. And Paul Correa was one of the megastars in the league. So Scott Stevens never even reached out. And then when they cut to Scott Stevens, he was like, I kind of held up on that hit.
He actually did.
Yeah,
he actually did.
Oh yeah, that's a hold up.
Here's
like,
tough guy, the orphan John
hit.
over here.
I never want to see anybody get hurt. Right? I don't want to see anybody hurt. I'm Scott Stevens. Guy hurt. Guy took out player after player with dirty late hits.
You know what?
Okay?
I'm gonna do some research on this.
Go
First
ahead.
of all,
do it.
I will say, I guarantee you,
do it.
In the 90 percentile, and Mass Megastar, you probably will agree with me, the majority of his hits were clean. Just say it.
And at the time that they were playing, yes.
Thanks.
Listen,
That's
it
what I'm
says.
saying.
Story.
Listen to me.
No,
yeah.
but no,
You're saying because the careers he ended were in the minority.
Time out.
In the minority.
How about
that's
then
what
let's go back to hockey when they used to take sticks and beat each other's heads
Listen,
with
none
it.
of that's okay.
It's a different game.
It doesn't matter.
It's
None
a
of that's
different
okay.
game. Do you agree with that, Mass Megastar?
The player's safety wasn't that important back then to them. It's the truth. Like the league.
Listen,
didn't have that
headhunting.
He's not a headhunter.
Headhunting
You're wrong.
he's
And I hope to get a devil on this
Yeah.
show, and I want you to challenge a real hockey player with your argument.
Bring it on. I don't
That's
care.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
fine.
want it.
Listen, Scott Stevens is known for this. This is what he's known for. He's not known for his Stanley Cups. He's not afraid of that shit, dude.
Oh, my God.
He's known for being the
He's
headhunter
known
of the
for
league.
being a
Yo, he is.
headhunter.
Okay. Look up Scott Stevens on YouTube. It's the most dangerous man in the NHL.
I thought
Every
John
other
knew
man.
hockey, Mass
Come on,
Megastar.
bro.
I actually thought for a
You're
second that John
watching
knew
it for
hockey.
yourself, and you're telling me
Scott
no,
Stevens-
and then you're gonna tell me that I don't know anything about it. You're literally watching it for yourself, but you're watching it through I'm a Devil fan eyes.
No,
Yeah.
you're
I'm
watching.
not-
I'm not a Devil fan.
Can I say something here?
Yeah.
Can I,
Wayno.
can I please?
Go.
Go.
Wayno.
That hit was kind of like when the missing link hit the Mass Megastar. with the hit.
Exactly.
That's what that hit was.
Exactly, Wayno. Exactly.
Really, Wayno? Really?
That was like a
sad.
mob hit, Wayno.
Out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Hit the hit out of nowhere.
That was Scott Stevens doing his best impression of the missing link.
Yes.
You're gonna listen to me right now. It's a great, not even a great debate. I win this debate.
No, you lose.
And so does the Mass Megastar. You are so
lose.
Pittsburgh biased.
Why?
Scott Stevens, it wasn't just known
What
as a
does that have to do
hitter,
with
John.
Pittsburgh?
The
What does that have
guy
to do
was
with
a
Pittsburgh,
warrior.
What does that have
He
to do with Pittsburgh?
scored.
What does that have to do with
Because
Pittsburgh?
you think if you
Paul Correa wasn't on Pittsburgh, neither was Eric Lindros.
no,
He's,
this
uh,
has everything to do with if a player's not on Pittsburgh, he's not good. And that's what Scott
I just
Stevens
said
is.
Paul Correa, and I said Scott Gomez, unbelievable player, right?
Scott Stevens is
Right?
one of the top
What
10
are we talking
defensemen of all
about?
time.
What are we talking about?
Mass Megastar, say it.
Scott Stevens is a top 10 defenseman of all time.
Thank you, John.
That
Now
doesn't
go away.
That does not mean he's a good human being. I can't even work the buzzer. You suck. You and Scott Stevens suck.
All right, listen.
All right.
Here it is. As
I win,
Matt-
you lose.
I win that
Yo,
argument.
Wayno.
I wish I had Scotty Gomez here
Wayno.
to actually absolutely.
Oh, you
choke
mean one of his teammates?
No bullshit.
Oh, you mean
a
one of
real
his
hockey
teammates?
player,
So
dude?
you can gang
What the
up
fuck
on
do
me
you
and one
know?
of his teammates?
Dude,
Come on,
John
bro.
Manning was
Come on,
was
bro.
a 2-bit Staten Island
on,
hockey
bro.
player.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You see this? Gino, when did you play hockey?
I played street hockey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great. Street hockey with a freaking ball.
All right,
What'd you play?
listen. Mass Megastar,
Raymond-
get out of here, Mass Megastar, quick. Bye.
Ramming your giant Polish head into the asphalt.
Listen,
Oh.
before we wrap this up, we need a little bit more about Wayne. We did learn a lot about Wayne Avery. I have a couple more questions. One,
I got a question.
go. I
Wayno,
apologize.
and
Two
Gino,
more.
you let him answer this question.
Go. I will not interrupt him. I don't do that.
Wayno,
My ADD will not allow that.
Wayno, who won the argument?
I think that you did.
Thank you. Thank you, Wayno. Loser! Loser! All right.
Wayne Avery wouldn't know a hockey puck or a hockey stick.
Wow.
You heard me, Vegas Wayno.
Wow.
This is
how
just-
come I-
If
how come I
Wayno
was-
smacked you in the head,
Full of
how come
insults.
I was
here.
never invited to a double game?
Oh, man.
how come I wasn't invited to a Vegas Knights game?
Oh.
And
I
by the
think
way,
you
Vegas
won.
Wayno did say
Yeah.
that he would buy us dinner when he comes to visit in the spring.
He did
Correct?
say that.
Is that true?
And we ain't
Vegas
going. We
Wayno?
ain't going to Arby's either.
No, the end of January, I'll be there.
Oh,
The end of January, I will be in Staten Island or on Staten Island.
yep.
And we'll do the show. I'll be sitting right next to you,
Wow.
and I'll bring you out to dinner afterwards.
Wow.
How's
Vegas
that?
Wayno.
As long as
Let
you
me
don't
tell you
drink too
something.
many
Don't take us
beers
to
during the
smoothies.
show.
Don't take us to smoothies or Commander Ryan's or pastime.
Smoothies.
Smoothies. Shout out to
How about-
Smoothies in Elizabeth.
Is it still there?
Pastime.
No.
The
Pastime
pastime.
Tavern. Shout out.
Pastime
Okay.
Tavern.
I want to know.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any more questions for Vegas Wayno, or because I have maybe
No,
one or
go
two.
ahead, man.
Yeah?
Ask him. Ask him away.
Growing up, Elizabeth, did you ever think, from the humble beginnings, Vegas Wayno,
Living under that bridge.
that you would actually be working on a podcast with John Manning?
Wayno, this is gonna be a tough one.
In my wildest dreams, no.
Wow.
Growing up in the shadows, and that's pretty funny because growing up in the shadows of Goethals Bridge.
Yeah.
I've actually walked over that bridge, by the way, when I was a younger Wayno.
Wow.
And went over there maybe a couple.
Wayno,
maybe
what
a
was it like living under that bridge, man? Seriously.
It was an interesting thing because you had to, hearing the trucks as they went over the bridge, kind of like was a little
Did it keep you
concerning
up?
at times.
Did it keep you up at night? Was it that loud?
No, during the day. You
During the day.
when you're out in the backyard, playing in the dirt and doing all kinds of things that you do, and Relocated Bayway,
All right.
which is
Shout
where it
out to
was.
Relocated Bayway.
Relocated Bayway, Halecki's Tavern,
Oh,
great places.
Blue Moon
Ski-
Tavern.
Blue Moon Tavern, which turned into Skis
what
Pub, the Anchor Inn. We had some great bars over there.
Yeah.
I think I got Gino so wound up with this Stevens thing that he's ripping apart the microphone.
I am so
The
pissed.
microphone.
Yeah, I noticed
I
that.
am
now.
so
He doesn't
pissed
even know
off.
about. You know what I
Because
love?
John, I thought knew hockey.
You know what I love? I
Sit there
love-
and say that Scott Stevens
I
is
love-
only known for his vicious hits. It makes you an idiot.
You know the best part about this whole thing is
What?
I'm sitting here so calm, cool, and collective, and you are.
Because,
You don't know what to do with yourself.
No,
That's the best part about this thing. I'm very happy that I was able to make you disheveled,
Right.
make you as disheveled as you are.
And
Right
now,
now.
you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm just
You
going to,
know?
because it's my show, I'm
Yeah.
going to end this show
You should end it. really.
and say goodnight to everybody. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you, Vegas Wayno. Thank you, John Manning. And thank you. Is he still there?
He's still there.
Let's bring him on.
Let's bring him in. Mass
The masked
Megastar.
megastar who has lasted throughout the
He didn't have to
podcast.
disappear again.
Didn't have to disappear. We heard about
That's
his
unbelievable.
incredible Tom Seaver story and the dungeon story with an ex-football player in New Orleans. There were cages, there was fondling, and there was leather, and there were masks.
And
Have you
Mass
ever been in a steel cage there,
What was that?
Megastar? Have
Excuse
you
me,
wrestled
pardon
in a
me, Wayne, I
steel?
missed that.
Have you wrestled in a steel cage?
Of course.
Was it anything like that in the dungeon?
Oh gosh! On that note,
Yes.
I can't.
Listen, wait.
Go ahead.
Mass Megastar, last word for you. Do you have
Go.
anything to say to Little Tokyo right now?
Wow,
I
Little Tokyo is really—he's messing with you, bro.
Yeah.
do have something. Give me one moment.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow, he's turned the light out. This is serious.
This is serious.
This could mean that the Yakuza is after him. Isn't that what it is? The Yakuza?
Might
I
be.
just want to say one thing to the little Tokyo. Adversity is not defined character. It creates it. And I'm going to come after you. I want you in a cage.
In the dungeon.
Wow,
Let's
in the
go.
dungeon. That's it. That was incredible. He just called out Little Tokyo. We're gonna end the show. People talking sports and every other thing. John Manning to my right. Vegas Wayno, wave the hand out in Las Vegas. And the mass megastar risking his life and limb on this show. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Sayonara.
We're talking sports and every other thing. We're talking sports and every other thing. We're talking sports.